And here we are. This is the Loft, and it's an Airbnb property near Tudweiliog, and it's absolutely stunning. Just going to remind myself to watch out for them beams. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Clean, immaculate. I've got all my gear in. I have to get up the steps to do it. For that balcony. Oh. I've had some good weather tomorrow. I'm sat on there in the morning with a brew. Right, I'm going to get unpacked.
It's exercise. There is nothing he can't get and no one he can't get to.
Great. He wasn't on the train. Yeah, I'm aware. Let me clarify. What did you know? When did you know it? And why were you even there?
Sir, Ryan is a CIA.
This ice cold beer. So I started watching Jack Ryan. Try and help my ideas generate for the new Project 16 book with Miller and Riley. Sort of thriller, espionage, bit of action. Now it's got Jim Halpert in, and if you know John Krasinski from The Office, he played Jim Halpert. And I've pretty much decided, me and my brother have decided, it's pretty much just Jim Halpert as Jack Ryan. So let's not call it Jack Ryan, let's just call it Jim Halpert. It's entertaining. I mean, I've got a beer, I've had some chili wraps with some cheese on, and it's kind of entertaining. If I'm ever away, this is just a fun fact for you, because most accommodation now has at least a decent TV and some good Wi-Fi. If I'm ever away, you can just see, I take the PlayStation 5 with me. It just has everything I need in one place. If I want to watch a DVD, it's there. If I want to play a game, it's there. If I want Amazon Prime, it's there. So I don't rely on the site to have entertainment needs, but sometimes it's just nice after a long day to put your feet up after you've had that shower and just bang on a bit of Jack Ryan. Or perhaps I might play a bit of XCOM too. I've not decided. I've got options. Well, I'm not going to lie that if I could start every morning like this, wow, just having a Pop-Tart, a cup of coffee, I mean, did sleep well. Clearly I need a new mattress at home. And my wife tried FaceTiming me from Gran Canaria. I'm not answering that at midnight. No, I'm not. Yeah. So far, so good. My only anxiety is a leak I spotted on my car. It was just water. Water! I might have to look at that today. But the plan is, I'm going to give it a couple of hours because I'm up a bit early. And I'm not going to start a walk, which I've planned, until a bit later on, because I really want a pint at the Ty Coch Inn. I don't want to get there too early, find it shut. That's the plan. The plan is to just park the car a bit further up, because it's a bit of a long minor road up there. Park the car at Tudweiliog, walk to the coast, walk all the coast up the way, Morfa Nefyn, all the way around, and then back down. I think I'll just come back the way I came, or the roads are a bit sketchy to be walking on. I'll make my mind up as I go. But yeah, walking day today. Weather's supposed to be a bit like this, just a bit overcast with sunny spells, but I'll go with that. I didn't want scorchy. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy my morning. Hope you're enjoying yours. Right, so it's about 8 o'clock now. The Ty Coch opens at 11, so 3 hours. I'm going to walk from here up to Tudweiliog, then onto the beach. I'm going to take it really slow because I definitely want to have that pint. I don't want to find it's closed, so I'm going to make my way up onto the coast, and we're going to pick up the North Wales Pilgrims Path, which is 135 miles in length, and I only found out about it the other day. That's definitely going on the radar. I've just had a quick tidy up. Everything's organised, the bag's packed. And that's the plan. We'll just see how the day works out. And when I come back, it's a shower. It's a nice relaxing evening. Yeah. But let's not count our eggs before they're in the pudding. Let's just get out back on the trail, eh? If you've ever come here to the Loft at Bryn Odle, the directions given by the host on Airbnb are pretty clear, except for the fact that the sat nav brings you past. You turn left at the post office at Tudweiliog, and then you end up on this very narrow country road. The sat nav stops you literally just after you've turned left. You've got to carry straight on, and then when you carry straight on, you'll come across a house that you think might be it, and it's not. It warns you that Bryn Odle back isn't the house, it's the next Bryn Odle. But it is a lot of twists and turns till you get there. And there's one house I looked at after Bryn Odle back, and I thought, nah, that's not it, according to the photograph. Carry on, down a farmer's track, and then you reach it and you can see straight away a white building. There we go. Drive straight in. The only thing I thought was quite eerie, and it's a good thing for me, I like it, but I haven't seen anyone, heard anyone, seen anyone. Maybe they're not there, there's no cars. Perfect for me, but it's a bit disconcerting if you're not ready for it. It might just be that the host is away at the minute, but brilliant. I mean, I said before, everything I asked for, it was exactly as described. I've paid, I mean, what are we on, end of May, £450 for what's essentially half a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, out by 10 o'clock on Monday morning, which I think's pretty good. It's a good bargain, and I saved up for it, so my wife spent thousands to get to Gran Canaria. And the weather today, sunny intervals, overcast but dry, and there's a good strong sea breeze, so it's going to be perfect walking weather. It's going to be warm, I'm still going to be cooled by that breeze. So far so good. We're off to a good start. Right, let's crack on. came down here to brew up. It's a little sheltered alcove from strong, stiff sea breeze coming in. It's not ruining the day at all, it's keeping the temperature down, nice and cool. Sunshine, overcast, perfect. So that's the lens cap, just put my finger on that. Anyway, cheers. I said to you before, I'm taking it nice and easy, so I hit the Ty Coch Inn at the right time, because I'm having that pint. I tell you, I'm having that pint. Beautiful, beautiful coastal path, stunning. I'm not normally a fan of walking coastal paths, but they're growing on me, and especially if I'm in North Wales. Behind me there's two of these. I don't know if you can just see it, shrouded in cloud, high peaks. There's one I wouldn't mind going up, but it's 379 metres. It's got to be a steep climb in it, maybe for Sunday. Oh. For some strange reason, I've seen at least 3 border collies or collie breeds today, rubbing my face in it, or helping me to keep focused on why I'm here and how I'm able to be here. Another thing that makes me laugh is a lot of the time you see couples, the guy usually is dressed, he's got all the gear, he's got the backpack, he's got the coat on, the hat, everything, he's all prepared. But his girlfriend or partner, shorts, trainers, t-shirt. I think there's a disconnect there somewhere. And a lot of people, when I've told them that I was coming here, were quite shocked to find I wasn't going with anyone, and not my wife, who's in Gran Canaria now. We've been together for over 20 years, and we were mature enough, I think, at some point, that instead of butting heads over our differences in tastes and hobbies, that we just agreed that, you know, our relationship wasn't in danger if we did our own separate thing. It's not to say we don't do anything together. There are a few sort of, I like to call them traditions. There's traditions that we have. We always have breakfast together if she's got a day off and I'm off. We'll occasionally go to Blackpool to have a bit of a boozy session, a few drinks, nothing too extravagant. And we just touch base with each other because she works as a at-home carer, so she slogs her guts out every day, getting up at 6:30 in the morning, leaving the house, not coming back in till 9:30 at night. And of course she makes the money, but it's mainly to pay for Gran Canaria. That's her main thing, that's her only hobby. So what we have works, and this works. I spoke to her last night, we FaceTimed each other. I showed her where I was staying, showed her where she was staying. It was quite odd, but it worked. And a lot of you guys are jealous. You're thinking, how does that guy get to go away? I'd never get away with that. Well, there you go. There's questions to be asked, isn't there? I think your relationship requires a bit of maturity to make that work, and trust as well. Yeah. Happy days. I could see myself running this course. This would be a nice way to do a jog in the morning. The path is pretty good and it's well signposted. You can't really go wrong. One thing I've noticed coming here for the first time, sort of on my own, I'm trying to think, I don't think I have had a sort of solo holiday for over 20 years, not in this way. Airbnb 4 or 5 days. But one thing I've noticed last night, I was sat with a ice cold beer watching Jack Ryan or Jim Halpert. Very difficult to relax. I kind of mused on that, and I wondered if it was just coming to a holiday for the first time solo. But then I realised what it was. It was the fact that it didn't feel any different than being at home. And I blame one thing in my life. That. I'm old enough to remember at the grand old age of 44 this year what it was like before mobile phones. And if I went on a biking holiday, because I was a motorcyclist back then when I was young, that was it. I was on holiday. You couldn't reach me. And if I wanted to call you, I might have had an old Nokia or something like that, but on the whole I couldn't manage my social media. I couldn't do any of that constant involvement in the world. And so last night I'm sat on my PlayStation 5 watching Jack Ryan, Jim Halpert, and I'm talking to my wife on the phone or checking my Strava or reading the news, and just suddenly realised I'm just doing what I would normally do at home, just in a different place. I've nothing against mobile phones at all. I love them. Right now I've just managed to do my finances that needed paying today when they changed our payday. But you're just in constant contact wherever you are with your, what would you call it, your network, your tribe, your group. There's no getting away from it anymore. So even though I'm stood on look around you, the sea, that way, America, there's nobody here. The straggler dog walkers have gone. I am completely isolated, in theory, physically isolated. But from a communication point of view, I am tethered to my tribe. That's why I couldn't relax. And my brain started thinking, well, what was the point in coming? Because I could have just done this at home for £450 less, plus fuel, plus shopping. Now, it's not to say I'm a miserable git who didn't want to see this glorious coastline, but I needed to get my head in that right space of, no, I'm not at home, I'm not there, I'm not tied, and the phone could always just be switched off. And I think that's the danger of phones. I was mentioning before about couples who, the guy was all geared up but she didn't look like it. I was obviously referring to a couple who were in front of me at the start of the walk, and off they went. Well, then just now the girlfriend has just come back the other way wearing his pack, moving quite quickly. Now, she didn't look like someone who just murdered a guy, but I did find it quite odd. It's the storyteller in me writing the story. She's bumped him off, took his pack, and is now making her escape. I doubt that's what's happened. He's probably gone to the pub. She's gone to get the car. Who knows? What's quite funny though, I will be checking these cliffs just to see if the body's there. Again, a runner went past, border collie, short hair as well. It's bang out of order. Beyond us, so it's getting a bit blustery. Nefyn Golf Club. We're going to go around the edge of that, past the observation tower, and then we're in Morfa Nefyn. We're gone 11 o'clock, so it's perfect time for that pint. Obviously couldn't film when there's kids and semi-naked women around the pub. But I did have two delightful pints of Wrexham lager. Sorry you weren't there. So the weather just keeps shifting and changing, which I expect on a coastal route, but the weather report from the BBC, purveyors of truth that they are, says that from 2 o'clock onwards it's El Scorchio, and I intend to be on my balcony by then. So I've just come out of Morfa Nefyn, you saw Hawley Gwynnt there, and I got some supplies from the cost cutter, and then I thought I would look at Hawley Gwynnt, take a few pictures, and I noticed it was for sale. I was like, man alive, for sale, and the owners are our cousins on my wife's side. Just let this tractor go by. So they stop for a minute. So the owners of Hawley Gwynnt are my cousin Susan, and apparently I went into the hardware shop after that, just trying to see if there was any sort of handcrafted stuff, but there wasn't. Obviously it's a hardware shop, but you never know. So the first thing I did was have a look at the wares, and there was some camping gas, so I thought I might as well buy it. And as I went to the till, I asked him, I said, you know, a Holy Gwyn's up for sale. And the guy said, well, it's been up for sale for years. Do you know the owners? So I explained. He said, oh no, that the owner, Susan, has set up in Windermere, which we had no idea about. We've not heard from them for years. Probably not since Grandma died. Fun fact, it cost me £8 to learn. Yeah, fascinating to see it up for sale. It was never the same. That originally it was a holiday home in the old Welsh style. It oozed Welshness. And then when Marjorie died and Susan took over, they renovated. And I think to stop there for a week would cost you around about £2,000. In which case no one was stopping in a little seaside town called Morfa Nefyn for £2,000 for the week. It was a bit of a stupid move. They should have just modernised where needed to and left it in the style and kept the price down. But obviously, now they're paying the price, they can't shift it, but it's just too expensive. There you go, a little bit of history, a little bit of fun facts for you. I am now taking the roadway back, so there isn't that much to see. The road back to Tudweiliog. I said to you about the map, I didn't really have a choice. I really want to be on the balcony with a cold beer. I always call this apocalypse road walking because it's just normally empty, these roads. Occasionally a car shows up, but you pretty much feel that you're on your own, the world has ended, and you're just walking down the middle of a road. Apocalypse road walking. Got about 3 miles to do, about an hour. Well, I've just come off the road. It was a long slog. And on the map, there is a public footpath / track, straight line all the way to Brynodle. I'm taking it, man. Cut that corner off. Those shortcuts can make for long delays. I'm confident this is going to be a good one. It's beautiful, it's green. It's not a road with cars on. Somewhere above me, an airplane is just doing loop-de-loops. It's very annoying. Here we are, not at the car, we're at the house. Oh. Some electrolytes already chilling. I'm going to drink these before my next beer. It's got some other goodies in it. Here we go. What I needed. Everything Uncle John needs. Right, I'm going to freshen up, then we'll debrief. Well guys, here we are. We are back. Check that microphone. We are back at the loft. It is Scorchio as promised. I'm on the balcony, I'm showered, I'm fresh. Absolutely fantastic day. So it was the North Wales Coastal Path, or part of the North Wales Pilgrims Path. Told you that was 135 miles start to end. Put that one on the radar for now. But all we were doing was walking from where we are now up to Tudweiliog, straight onto the beach. Then we picked up the coastal path, we hit northeast all the way around until we got to Morfa Nefyn. And there at the Ty Coch Inn, very busy, couldn't film, but I ordered myself 2 pints. And I've decided from now on that's the future. It's always 2 pints. The first one I'm going to drink real quick, and then the second one I enjoyed. So I was able to sit on the wall, watch the world go by, and enjoy a pint in memory of the memories of the Ty Coch Inn, where the kids would play in the sand. We'd have a pint before walking back to Marjorie's. Then in Morfa Nefyn, we dropped in on Hall Gwyn, only to find a for sale sign, and the shopkeeper next door telling me that it's been up for sale for quite a while, that Susan, the owner, who's my wife's cousin, has been trying to sell it for a while. They're now in Windermere. So we got a bag of goodies, and then we road walked probably about 3 miles back in the direction of Tudweiliog. There was no point going back the way we'd come. I never like going back over old ground if I don't have to. And then found a nice little shortcut just over there that brought me straight here to Bryn Nodden. So I'm happy as Larry. Absolutely beautiful weather, much better than I predicted. And the beer is cold, and I'm going to chill out. It's only what? It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The day is still young. And that's it. I'll put the stats up here and just rest my elbow a little bit. Here's the stats for you. That's over 2,000 calories burned. Cheers. Probably drank them in beer. No, we couldn't drink that much because I'd be expected to drive home. But no, I didn't, because I was walking on. There was a big peak off to the just over there. Might check that out tomorrow, depending on what the weather's doing. And there we go. There's the stats for you. Yeah. So I can't really add anything more to what's happened today. A fantastic walk. Tomorrow I'm going to try and hit Pwllheli Gym. Get my gym session. I like to still keep up the gym work while I'm on holiday. And then it's going to be a chilled out day of writing. Yeah, well, hope you enjoyed it so far. I will no doubt bring you back later on, probably for a bit of Jack Ryan and some tea, probably a few more beers. Cheers. Well, let's have a look at the clock. 6 o'clock in the evening. I use the oven here. No air fryer. Why is there no air fryer? Make up a batch of them chicken strips, hot and spicy ones. Got a couple of baguettes. Got lots of cheese. The beer's gone. I only bought a 10-pack. 5 yesterday, 5 today. Oh, red arms. I've got a bit of burning going on. Some Diet Coke in the fridge. There is my Popper's vodka. And I think the evening has been decided by a little bit of XCOM 2. This is a turn-based strategy game. It's ancient, but I must have played through it a few times, and I like it. Even got my little guys there. How do I turn them around? Yeah, there's Mason, there's Riley, we've got Carter, even got Angel there. Baz didn't make it to this one. And that's where I've got to go, over there. So that's pretty much my evening sorted. That concludes. I mean, I've had enough sun for one day, but it is still absolutely scorchio out there. I'm showered, I'm refreshed. Oh, loving it. And I notice up there are some random Easter Island heads. Reasons. Anyway, that pretty much concludes Friday, guys. I'm going to relax for the evening. Don't know what time I'm going to bed. Tomorrow is the gym in the morning. I'm going to check out that peak. Now on my Garmin watch, I've got 2 badges to collect before Sunday. One's a run half a mile, just to finish that one off. I need to walk another 4. I'm not missing out on badges for the sake of a few miles. So I'm going to do that, and I'm definitely getting on with the book, which is ready tomorrow. Right, I will bid you a good night, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Back in the loft. Not on the trail, the loft. Well, good morning. Saturday already. I slept really well last night. I was up and down in the sense going to the toilet, but I did sleep well. Went to bed about 10 o'clock and it's 6 o'clock now. Never one for late nights. I'm usually early to bed, early up evening, but you know, good 8 hours sleep. Can't be bad. So I'm gonna it's a nice lazy day today, so I'm gonna get a brew. Think about trying the gym in Pwllheli. I will have a drive out to Pwllheli and just have a nice lazy day. Bit pink, but you know, it's got to be done when the sun's out. Yeah. Morning coffee. Pwllheli. I do like to keep up with the gym, especially when I'm away. If there's different gyms, I like to see what other gyms are like. I will go to Pwllheli, have a look around the shops, and then mosey back for a bit of writing today, an ex-com. Nice and relaxed. That's what we're here for, isn't it? Here we are back on the road. We are heading to Pwllheli, Muscle Morph Gym. Gonna get a day pass. Today's usually forearms and shoulders. What are we on? Saturday morning. So no, it would have been forearm and shoulders yesterday, which is my Friday. But obviously we were doing that hike. So it's gonna be that today, hopefully. Well, that was actually an excellent gym sesh. Muscle Morph Gym, Pwllheli. Here's a picture of it. I've always had the philosophy since I started doing weight training that just because you're on holiday doesn't mean you have to take the time off the gym. One of my main reasons for that is that because it's such a difficult routine to get into, fitness and weight training, your body's always looking for an excuse. It's always, as Goggins would put it in his words, the little bitch inside. Not a gender thing, just a whiny, cryy part of everyone, male or female, that basically wants the easy path, path of least resistance, not putting any effort in. That's the voice you're always fighting. So if you give in to that every time you're on holiday and you go, you know what, it's time for a break, I'm gonna skip the gym, I'm gonna skip fitness, you do end up paying the price. It kind of erodes your willpower, and I've noticed that in the past. If you take like a week off, no matter how long you've been doing this routine for, it just goes by the board and it's really difficult to get back in. So it's actually easier, because I enjoy the gym and I enjoy running to some degree. It's just easier to work it into your holiday routine, make it part of your holiday. I find it great to go and explore new gyms. It can be a little bit intimidating, but yeah, just go and find a gym and keep up the routine, and do the weights, do whatever you do, if it's Pilates or whatever, just do it. That's what I say. Right, we're in Pwllheli now, and I think we're gonna have a mooch. It's market day. Time for a mooch. There we go, we geared up. We're at the breakfast table. We've got a vodka and coke. We're good to go. Well, you knew it. After a good few hours of writing, how many? 2,000 words done. It's time for a bit of Jack Ryan. Last season, season 4. And, you know I'm a big fan of the monsters.
I expected mighty
White
good.
pineapple goes well with vodka.
Goddamn
Just
sure.
saying. Well, good morning, guys. And that you can hear is what you'll wake up to every morning if you come and stop here at the Loft. You don't get that in Farrington. You also don't hear the sound of the motorway. The M6 runs right near my house. And even though it's overcast, I'd still rather wake up to that. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Sorry guys, you've lost the light. I best just stand here. Right? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed about 9:30. Did a few bits. Spent some time reflecting. And just woke up early, naturally. I've not, although I've slept alright, the mattress, I said before, clearly I need to replace my mattress at home. I didn't wake up with my bad back. Every night I have tossed and turned, and it's just me, I guess. This is my last full day. Again, it will just be chilled out. There's not much to do. I'm going to do a 5k run now, as I usually do. I'm just going to go up the street and just chill out and work on the book. Not much to achieve today, with the weather not being so sparkly. Can't complain. Loved every minute of it so far. Loved every minute. Right, got a run and I'll bring you back. Wow, that was a tough 6k, and that was from here to Tudweiliog, then onto the coast, round the coast a little bit, and then back through farmland. Oh, just a little stretch here, just to bag a couple of badges for Garmin, not Strava. And that nicely rounds off my exercise for this weekend. Alright, I've had a very relaxed morning so far, and it's only 9 o'clock. The early bird gets the gains. Now I'm going to drive to Pwllheli. I'm going to get some fuel. I'm going to get some tea for later on. But first of all, it's breakfast at the Spoons, the Penny Cob. I'm hoping for a good Welsh breakfast. See how we get on.
Babe, just get in your car.
I'm not going to lie, that was a mighty breakfast. Oh, I'm stuffed now. And as the trip, random van driver, as the trip comes to a nice sedate end, I just went past the market where I got that painting from, and it was being dismantled. The event was over, and it did kind of ring bells with me saying, yep, this trip is officially over. I think I've just got, you know, the rest of the day to chill out at the house. Won't be doing anything else, and yeah, a fitting end. A nice, lovely breakfast. Wetherspoons is a bit like McDonald's. It's consistent when you wherever you are when you have it. It was consistent and good, and nicely wraps up this trip. Yeah, thoroughly satisfied. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself for many varied reasons. It's been a mini adventure. Yeah, really chuffed. Good way to start the last day. I'm gonna drive back. Well, I need to get to Asda, fuel up, ready for tomorrow. A couple of bits for tonight, and back to the loft.
Land never lets you catch it unawares. Year after year, coming back home after one holiday to the next, the invisible border was crossed only when the ocean and the mountains and the sweeping green hills allowed you to. At a given moment in history, or in some strange and unknown epoch, you would leave the main road, approach the motorway, gliding effortlessly onto the slip road at high speed, and the whole expanse of sun-dappled waves would vanish behind you. The jagged mountainside flanking your right would sink, and then you knew. Then you were across, and the land welcomed you home again. Memories of beaches, of hot sand and cool water, ice cream dripping with raspberry sauce, drinks and glasses weeping condensation down the sides, boats, the endless blue, the shoulders of giants in the distance, unscaled, unknown, vast, eternal, all fade into fond, golden memory.